The transfer portal is still going crazy, as hundreds of players have entered it over the last few weeks. Although we're in May, there's still a number of talented players still available in the transfer portal. Before we get to today's video, make sure to smash that subscribe button and turn on those notifications if you're new to my channel. If you're watching this video, odds are that you love college football, and odds are you aren't subscribed to my channel. So make sure to subscribe to one of the best college football communities here on YouTube. I'm posting college football videos all off season, so make sure to subscribe so you never miss a video. Also, make sure to drop a like on this video as well. It helps out with that YouTube algorithm and helps share the video with more college football fans. Plus, it only takes a second to do. The quarterback who recently entered the transfer portal is former Texas and Nebraska quarterback Casey Thompson. He was the starting quarterback for Nebraska last season as he started 10 games for them. Thompson was very limited during spring practice after undergoing off-season shoulder surgery. Georgia Tech transfer Jeff Sims, who started 23 games for the Yellow Jackets, emerged as the likely starter for Nebraska this spring, so Thompson decided to enter the transfer portal once again. He was decent for the Cornhuskers last year as he threw for 2,400 yards with 17 passing touchdowns and 5 rushing touchdowns. During his collegiate career, he's dealt with numerous injuries and dealt with numerous quarterbacks on the roster. He started 10 games for Texas in 2021 and finished his career with the Longhorns with 2,400 passing yards and 30 total touchdowns before he transferred to Nebraska. One of the top wide receivers available in the portal is former UTSA wide receiver Zakari Franklin. He has led UTSA in receiving yards each of the past 3 seasons. He's also UTSA's all-time leader in receptions, receiving yards, and receiving touchdowns, and he set Roadrunner single-season records in all 3 categories last fall. He's also responsible for the only 2 1,000-yard receiving campaigns in program history. In 2022, Franklin was 11th in the country with 1,100 receiving yards, 7th with 93 receptions, and was tied for 2nd in receiving touchdowns with 15. During his career with the Roadrunners, he had 13 games with at least 100 receiving yards, 6 games with at least 10 receptions, and an insane 27 games with at least 1 receiving touchdown. Another wide receiver who put their name in the transfer portal is former Michigan State wide receiver Keon Coleman. He was expected to be the Spartans' top returning wide receiver this season. In 2022, he emerged as one of the better wide receivers in the entire Big Ten. He caught nearly 60 passes for 800 yards with 7 receiving touchdowns. He had a couple of huge games, all coming against really good competition. On the road at Washington, he caught 9 passes for 115 yards with 2 receiving touchdowns. On the road in Michigan, he caught 5 passes for 155 yards with 1 receiving touchdown. A running back name to keep an eye on is former Notre Dame running back Logan Diggs. Sidelined for much of spring practice by what was described as a little tweak in his lower body, he announced he'd be transferring shortly after quarterback Tyler Buchner announced he'd be transferring as well. Diggs was the 2nd leading rusher for the Irish in 2022. He rushed for 820 yards and had a team-high 165 carries. He rushed in 4 touchdowns and averaged 5 yards a carry. He also caught 10 passes for 220 yards and had 2 receiving touchdowns. On Twitter, he said that transferring is the hardest decision of his life, but it was the right call for him. Another running back currently available in the portal is former Houston running back Alton McCaskill. It's been a while since we've seen him, as he missed all of the 2022 season after suffering a knee injury in the spring of 2022. As a freshman back in 2021, he looked like one of the best up-and-coming running backs in the entire country. For the Cougars, he rushed for nearly 1,000 yards and led all freshmen with 16 rushing touchdowns. He was named the American Conference's Rookie of the Year after that phenomenal 2021 campaign. His decision to enter the transfer portal was so shocking that it caught head coach Dana Holgorsen by surprise. He said it's a sad day and that he was shocked because he had a good spring and all of a sudden, boom, it's all over. Whoever picks him up may just be adding one of the more slept-on running backs in all of college football. We'll switch over to defense, where arguably the top defensive player in the portal is still available. Former James Madison defensive end Isaac Ukwu will be a huge pickup for some lucky team. He appeared in 3 games in 2018, missed the next 2 seasons with injury, but finally broke out in 2021 and 2022. In 2021, he was named as a 2nd-team All-CAA defensive lineman. He had 44 tackles with 16.5 tackles for loss, 9 sacks, 2 forced fumbles, 2 pass breakups, and 5 quarterback hurries. He was just as good in 2022 as he was named first team All Sunbelt Conference defensive lineman. He finished his season with 40 tackles, 10.5 tackles for loss, 7.5 sacks, 1 forced fumble, 1 fumble recovery, 3 pass breakups, and 6 quarterback hurries. Former North Texas tight end Varghese Gums is still in the portal, as he recently decommitted from Arkansas. He initially pledged to the Razorbacks on April 23rd, but he decided to decommit. 24/7 Sports gave him a 4-star transfer ranking with a grade of 90, making him the number 13 overall tight end transfer for this offseason cycle. Gums had a breakout redshirt freshman campaign in 2022 for North Texas. He finished the season with 34 catches for nearly 500 yards with 5 receiving touchdowns, setting program single-season records for receptions and yards by a tight end. He also earned 4th team All-Conference honors. He told 24/7 Sports he's drawn interest from Oregon, Utah, West Virginia, Colorado, and Cal, and he said he's looking for the best fit and a place that feels like home. A player generating a lot of buzz is former UAB safety Jalen Key. He recently announced his top 6, which includes Alabama, Oregon, Ole Miss, Florida State, North Carolina, and Ohio State. He had a pretty quiet career with the Blazers for his first few seasons, but really made a name for himself in 2022. He was named as an honorable mention for All-Conference USA. Key finished the season with 60 tackles, 41 of them being solo. 4.5 tackles were for loss with 1 sack. He also had 3 interceptions, a pass deflection, and 2 forced fumbles. We have our first offensive lineman on today's list in former Houston offensive lineman Cameron Johnson. He redshirted in 2019 as a true freshman, then played in just 1 game as a redshirt freshman in 2020. In 2021, Johnson played all 13 games for Houston as a backup guard, before being a starter in 2022. He started all of the Cougars' 13 games at left guard last season as a redshirt junior, earning first-team All-American Athletic Conference honors. He received a 24/7 Sports transfer grade of 89, the highest possible 3-star rating, and is considering USC and Missouri. We'll wrap up today's video with former Purdue quarterback Brady Allen. Allen was a 4-star recruit in the class of 2022 and was Indiana's Mr. Football in 2021. He committed to Purdue in July before his junior year. If it seems like deja vu hearing his name in the portal again, it's because it is. This marks the 2nd time this offseason that Allen has entered the transfer portal. Former Purdue head coach Jeff Brom, who Allen committed to, left to be the Louisville head coach back in December. Allen entered the transfer portal shortly after. Ryan Walters was hired as the school's next head coach, and the Boilermakers then proceeded to bring in former Texas quarterback Hudson Card through the transfer portal. Less than 2 weeks after that, Allen decided to remove his name from the portal and return to Purdue for the spring. Him and Card were going to battle it out this spring for the starting quarterback role, but Allen decided to enter the transfer portal once again. So, who do you think is the best name still available in the transfer portal? Is there a player you're hoping your team scoops up? Whoever it is, let me know in the comment section down below. Before you leave, don't forget to smash that subscribe button and turn on those notifications if you're new to my channel. I'm posting college football videos all off season, so make sure to subscribe so you never miss a video. Also, don't forget to drop a like on this video as well. It helps out with that YouTube algorithm and helps share the video with more college football fans. Plus, it only takes a second to do. As always, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you all in my next video.